Welcome to the From Code to C-Suite podcast.
The most craziest thing that we did is in 2020, we launched a AI, computer vision AI, which captured the cheaters on exams based on the cameras. So my father built spaceships.
Really?
So, yes.
This week, our guest is Sergei Rakov. We discussed it all. The raw realities of the Russian tech scene, the culture shock of relocating to Dubai, why your leadership style has to evolve in multicultural teams, and how to transition from project manager to CTO. Let's get into the conversation.
99% of Russian doesn't speak English. So we cannot bring outside of the country someone from India or like another countries, Western companies, bring to Russia to work on the Russian projects because of language barrier.
Gosh. Sergei, good morning. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Good morning, Leon. Thank you. All good. Thank you for having me here today.
Good stuff. Well, you're welcome. Well, look, I was really keen to get you on this podcast, I think for a number of reasons. I think you've got a very unique background, obviously coming from Russia originally,
Yes.
and then moving over to Dubai, and also the different types of businesses that you've worked in so far. So on that, would you please give us an introduction of who you are, what you're working on now, and a bit of your background previously?
Okay. My name is Sergei. I'm in IT leadership roles over the past 10 years. So I worked with different industries, e-com, telecom, currently in the prop tech with also. This is a real estate agency company here in Dubai.
Yeah, I feel like if you live in Dubai, you know who right?
Yes. So we are doing a lot of different stuff. So I help the company to work with the data integrations, of course, AI adoption, and so many different tech stuff.
Nice. Awesome. So with that then, obviously you've gone from quite a few different industries, right? You mentioned e-com, there's different stuff inside of that, and then now real estate. Is there anything which is your favorite industry you've worked on so far?
I would not say that it's a favorite industry, but every industry has pros and cons, their difficulties, specialties. So one of my previous projects was, let's say, I was responsible for national video surveillance platform for the last 6 years before I moved to Dubai. With my team, we developed it and was responsible for over 100,000 cameras in B2G, 300,000 cameras in B2B and B2C. So it was a completely different experience.
Crazy. So just to get this right, this is surveillance cameras back in Russia that you was managing at the time, right?
Yes, and the most craziest thing that we did is in 2020, we launched a AI, computer vision AI, which captured the cheaters on exams based on the cameras. So we analyzed the body, the position of the body, and we analyze the movements and send notification to the people, to the responsible staff to check is it violation or not.
And did you catch people then? Was that something where you caught a lot of people that were cheating in exams and stuff like that?
A lot of people, a lot of students, they are cheating. So basically these exams, after the high school, once the students finish their high school education, it's like a GMAT or something like this. So, but one day, all country students, they pass one exam, let's say math, Russian, English, information technology, one day, all country doing the one exam.
Where else did you have the surveillance cameras apart from schools? Was there anything that was like government, police, anything like that?
In B2G, it was elections and unified state exam. In B2B sector, we got a project for banks, retails, and for B2C, this is basically smart home. So if you put the camera in your home or backyard, so we capture your video and store it in the safest possible way.
On the camera stuff, because I think it's quite interesting, right? Did you ever face people trying to hack the system or trying to hack cameras because I feel like this is something out the movies, right? Where people hack the cameras and they break in somewhere or...
Yeah, so there are different types of attacks. So DDoS attacks, there was a lot of DDoS attacks. We protected from them. So basically, but by the way, cameras, there was a lot of, you can Google, there was a lot of backdoors in the firmwares of the manufacturers. So in the last one, I remember it was a 2020 or 2021, there was a release that in a Hikvision, camera in a Hikvision, they put, for test purposes, they put some, if you put in the end of the URL, one parameter, special string, just string, and you will be able to get the screenshot of your camera if it's publicly available from IP, let's say. So is it threat? Of course.
Yeah. Nice. And then moving back onto the most recent stuff, right? So real estate, prop tech, all that kind of stuff you're working on now. What things does your, I don't know, I guess what comes under your remit and what sort of things are you building now, right? Is this tech for listings? Is it tech for, I'm not sure. What does it look like?
Oh, no, this is completely like a different, because in my previous experience, we built it from scratch. The video surveillance platform appears in 2012. So I joined in 2017. It was a 5 years legacy platform, and we continue to develop from scratch. Because government projects, you cannot rely on a Western software. You cannot use it because a lot of restrictions and so on and so on. Here, there are different markets. So the businesses, they are in general, what I see, businesses buying ready software, they have a different multiple systems, and then they're trying to integrate them. So the biggest challenge is how to bring them together. Let's say CRM, ERP, property portals, and so on and so on. Different kind of businesses, they have different parts that you need to integrate. So I'm communicating with the partners, with the vendors, and okay, please, can you do these changes in your software? Can you, because I need to do this, and this.
Nice.
So, and it's out of my control because of this is responsibility. I do not have access to this code. I cannot implement it directly. I need to ask and wait.
Yeah.
So this is a main point that I'm struggling with currently.
Makes sense. Okay, so turning back time then, what first sparked your interest in tech?
Okay, I believe this is my environment because I grew up in a city where we had 3 factories that building spaceships.
Okay.
So my father built spaceships.
Really?
So, yes. So 10
Is your father Elon Musk?
No, unfortunately. Yeah, we lived in a home. Our home was 10 minutes in distance, their factory.
Yeah.
So basically, my father built a rocket. So and I spent 2 summer months when I was 14.
Wow.
I spent 2 months in the summer on this factory,
Wow.
but in IT department.
Okay, nice.
So he built a rocket. Basically, he was responsible for the part of the rocket which covered the 3rd stage of the rocket with the spaceship. You know, the first stage, 2nd stage, 3rd stage, which contains cosmonauts.
I was going to say, right, so
inside.
I was going to say, I don't know too much about spaceships, but from what I've seen on the movies, the top bit is where the astronauts actually are, right? Yes. Everything else kind of falls off and then they orbit in space on the top bit.
So he built, he was responsible on the cover of this spaceship.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never met anybody that has worked on a spaceship before.
Yeah.
It's a cool job.
Yeah, it's a really cool job.
Are you into that sort of stuff as well growing up? Have you always been into spaceships and space and stuff like that?
I was interested in it because environment, in Russia we have a lot of history. So the first cosmonaut, Yuri Gagarin, was in 1961. The 12th of April, this is like we celebrated, like when he flew.
Nice.
In space. So yeah, so this is a big part of our environment. So, and I was interested how it works. So this is the first that I started to dive deeper in it. So this when I was 14, I went to this factory for 2 summer months to help with an IT department to check. It was a basic stuff, but it was interesting to see and watch around what people are doing there, how they help.
Nice.
Factory.
It's cool. Interesting experience, especially for a 14-year-old, for sure. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then following that, did you then go into education in computer science or tech? How did you get into learning, I guess, more about it post getting the experience at the spaceship place?
Yeah. So after instead of going to the high school, I escaped after the grade 9 and went to the community college.
Okay,
and
nice.
got 4 years. I spent 4 years and got electronic engineer specialist. So
Nice.
I understand how hardware working. So and we learn how basically even we had examples of from this factory what was inside. Because this community college prepared the specialists for this factory.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was the same city. It's like a factory, 10 minutes from home, 25 minutes from home. This community college.
So it's like
was
a space academy college, right?
Yes,
Making people
like
go onto
this.
spaceships.
Like this, yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Most people in college don't get to work on spaceships. That's pretty interesting, I think.
Yeah, and another factory, actually, they produce rocket engines.
Wow.
Even like in Atlas V rockets, they're using these engines from this factory.
Nice. Okay, cool. So that's a really good experience. And then you was obviously at college for 4 years.
Yes.
And then you went to university post that, right?
Then I moved to the university and did my bachelor in computer science and computing technology. So it's more about software. But anyway, there was a microchips, microelectronics. So and there was a city a little bit far away from 25 kilometers from Moscow called Zelenograd, and we have a microchip factory there.
Oh, nice.
So, but it's not like TSMC because Russia doesn't have a technology to produce this this kind of stuff, microchips. But let's say 20 years old chips, they're like that we are using not in our smartphone, but in a basic electronic stuff. They can produce it. So
nice. Okay, cool.
And when I start my education, I thought I will be working in this factory as well. So microelectronics were one of my point of interest.
Yeah, makes sense. And then after that, you're now actually still studying. We spoke about it before, right? So now you're also doing an MBA. So you've been in the education system learning for a long time now, which finishes this weekend.
Yes. Currently, yes, I'm doing an MBA here in Dubai. So basically, I came to Dubai, enrolled to the university, and started. It was August 2022. So I started my MBA program in September 2022.
Nice.
And so now I'm finishing 3 years.
Nice.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so after you finished at the university, then you needed to get a real job, I guess, in tech, in the industry. What was your first position when you first got out of university?
The first my position was basically during my student years. It was I was a guy who doing cabling job. So I connect the people to the internet in their homes. So it was flexible when I was a student. It was nice.
So this is the stuff basically before Wi-Fi, right? When people were connecting to broadband and stuff like that on.
Yeah, because buildings in a city, there are buildings connected with the fiber optics. It kind of a couple of different. So in Dubai, most of us we have a fiber optics directly in our apartments. So, but when you have a building that was built before internet era, so they. We are bringing the fiber optics to the building, and then in the building you have a switch, and then you have a Cooper to bring it to the home. It's working. It's up to like 100 megabits.
Nice.
It's fine. So it could be higher. So it depends on the quality of the Cooper. It depends on the quality of the cable. So, but basically like 100 megabits per second. It's more than enough.
So back then, do you feel like what you're working on now in terms of speed of Wi-Fi and connecting to the internet, was it a lot slower back then, or can you tell a big difference now?
I would say that the speed is not so important.
Okay.
The delay is much more important than in our real life. So in the speed of response of the server on the backside, not on the channel.
Right.
So because let's say, example from my previous experience, we had cameras. They have a bit rate 512 kilobits per second. So it's like SD quality.
Yeah.
640 by 480. So if you need a full HD, if I'm not mistaken, you need just 1.5 megabits to watch a full HD movie. So it's fine.
Okay,
So,
that's
but
good.
you have 100 megabits
Yeah.
per second. So it's more depends on the site that provide you a video, provide you a file.
Nice. And then how long was you in the cable job before you then went into the camera position, right? When you was doing stuff for the government. Is there anything in between? Or?
Oh yeah, it was in between. So maybe a year, maybe I don't remember exactly. But later on, I jumped to the position with the RC toy company.
Okay.
They sell RC toys, and they need someone who support their website, technical stuff inside the office. There was like a small company, around 20 people. So I was responsible on the telephonic setup and everything in network inside the office, and also support the website.
Okay. As any of those roles, when did you start to do any software engineering side of things? Is that part of any of that process, or?
Basically, apart from this supporting the website and delivering some amendments, I decided to move to the project management role. So in my next role was more about project delivery. The next role, I was responsible for the kids tablets. It was a 2013 or 2014, 2013, 2014, yeah. And we bring the tablets from China, put Android launcher over the top, prepare the kids kids games, fairy tales, and so on and so on. It was before our phones got a kids mode. Currently, every single phone has a kids phone, has screen time, screen control. 10 years ago, it was not there. So it was the first product that we bring in Russia. And then in 2014, we started selling it outside. So I went to the Hong Kong 3 times, like in Germany, on the kids fairs. We started presenting it. So we translated on the Spanish, Portuguese, Czech, German, and I don't remember more languages. So
Interesting. Out of interest, so in Russia, what would you say in comparison to now you've explored places like Dubai and different places around the world? Where would you? I guess let me phrase the question better. How do you compare Russia in terms of how good their tech is, how good software engineers are, and things like that in comparison to the rest of the world? Do you think they've got a pretty high standard?
It depends which standards, but in Russia we have a lot of engineering background, a lot of tech universities, a lot of and we cannot rely. Basically, why it's happened because we have a language barrier. 99% of Russian doesn't speak English, so we cannot bring outside of the country someone from India or like in other countries, Western companies, bring to Russia to work on the Russian projects because of language barrier.
Gosh, yeah.
So, and it's also barrier to the people who want to escape from.
Yeah.
Start working on the Western companies. So they need to learn English.
Yeah. God, it's so different, isn't it? It's such a big, I guess, culture difference, right? So in Dubai, you walk into a tech firm or any type of business and you've got so many people from so many different places in the world. But I guess in Russia, everybody's just Russian-speaking Russian, right?
Yes.
Crazy.
That's true. And you would touch a very interesting point, culture map.
Yeah.
Culture difference.
Yeah.
There a great book, Erin Meyer, Culture Map. And I'll share with you my favorite screenshot of the result of this book. Like I always with one-on-one, I start the first one-on-one with my team. If I meet if it's like a new hire, I always start with explanation. Look, we came from different cultures, and nationality doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I want to highlight nationality. This is nationality. Nationality and culture is completely different. Culture background is like what we are building, what we are coming from. So it's culture background. So, and I'll share it. It will be appear somewhere
Nice.
here.
I understand. So it's good, isn't it? Because then people can understand how to work with each other, right?
Yeah. Let me bring you example. Let's say if we take, someone average in UK, if it let it be okay. This is a manager from UK, and the 2 employees, one from Russia and one from, let's say, Asia. Maybe Russia, it's like, okay, Western European. Let's take this one. And if the manager from UK start bringing the negative feedback, let's say we need to deliver some points, we need to improve it, it will be the Western, not Eastern why are taking the Western, Eastern European take, let's say, okay, everything is good, everything is perfect, so no any issues. I do not need to improve myself.
Yeah.
But Asian take it like very offensive.
Yeah, get offended by the constructive criticism.
Yes.
Makes sense. Okay. And then back to the roadmap of how you finally got to where you are now. So you worked where there was the toys, the Sea Toys, and then post that, what was after that role?
Yeah, in 2017 I jumped to the company with basically the company, it's like it is a lot here.
Okay.
So I start my position as a project manager, and one of my first project was I was managing a team around 10-15 people.
Nice.
And what the project to rebuild the website, which was developed in 2012 for the elections in 2018. We need to bring it separately. We had a huge, expected load, 1.2 million simultaneous users. So we bring, we separate like a public website and a private website to bring to scale the public website. We made it like almost without a big backend. So it's only front end part without any databases, and we just only static data. And it's like easy to scale, easy to deliver it through CDN and so on.
Nice. So over the journey of your different career paths, different roles, what made you want to transition from being a user employee or a software engineer, etc., to management, to leadership? Why did you want to make that move?
I decided about this move in the university.
Ah, really? Early doors?
Because I analyzed, okay, I can be a software engineer, or I decided to analyze what's the next role, what then usually the career path for software engineers looks like.
Yeah.
And I found that after the software engineers, they usually become team leaders, management, CTO, and so on and so on. So they go to the management. So now I decided, why do I need to become a software engineer if I can do it directly in the management, build a career directly in the management. So and I found the one spot that you can become a project manager, and you can dive deeper. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Do you feel like being in management positions is more fulfilling for yourself? Like, do you like to help other people and upscale other people, mentor other people?
There was I can bring one example from the university why I decided to become jump in a management position, because during the labs, when you have a technical stuff, let's say you need to bring some code, you need to, let's say, prepare software for some device, and you have instructions. I was the person who read these instructions, and we, in a team of 3 or 4 people, we split the role, and I usually took a most unclear part, and while you doing the 1 and 2 part, I'll take the part 3 and figure out with the professor, maybe I'll ask other team members, and I'll bring the how we will bring it the part 3, where I remove uncertainty.
Nice.
I removed uncertainty.
So even from like an early stage, right,
Yes.
at university, you always took that managerial role and was managed to turn instructions into...
Yeah, and I want to highlight the management. It's not like a directly telling people what to do. It's removing obstacles.
So during your career, was there a pivotal moment that made you realize that you was on the right path with tech?
Good question. So for me, it was the moment when I started receiving the recognition from the top management from a company. Basically, it was 2019 after the project that I delivered in 2018. So it was a top management of the company, like the biggest telecom company in Russia. I continued this journey and I started receiving the appreciation from the even -3, and the recent one is from president of the country.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes, right.
In Russia?
In Russia.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
Which role was that then? And which role, I guess second question on top of that is, which role in your career, moving up to now, do you feel like you learned the most and you developed the most into a leadership role?
The latest one, when I'm managing the department over the 100 of engineers. So because I had a B2G department, I had a B2B department, and also platform department. Platform department, I mean, we delivered the video surveillance platform that B2G and B2B and B2C using. So we should deliver all features to bring the value for everyone in contradiction of the requirements.
Gosh. So that was a big team. How many people did you say was in that team?
Above 100, 150. It's because it's like sometimes we attract like more analytics. If I need to build a new system, I need more analytics. I came to the analytic department and request more resources because I had a budget. So I bring more people.
Nice.
So it's like a floating, but not less than 100.
So big companies then. In Russia, just out of interest again, so are most people in the office, when you're managing these teams, is it everybody in the office or is it remote? Is it overseas? How does it normally work?
Before COVID,
Yeah.
it was completely office stuff.
Yeah.
Before COVID. But COVID changed everything. I remember in that moment I was responsible on the B2G department. It was 2012.
Yeah.
March 2012, the last week of March. We got notification that everyone should start working remotely. And I need to deliver all my team to home, to bring environment to work remotely.
Yeah.
We never did it before.
Crazy. How did you find that transition?
The first 2 months it was a nightmare. But after 2 months it was awesome.
Yeah.
Because everyone starts feeling they are flexible, they start managing their time better. By the way, which tool do you use for remote communication? Zoom, Google Meet, what?
I normally use Teams actually.
Teams,
Yeah.
okay. We start using Discord.
Discord, okay.
Yeah, it was a simulate the office environment, let's say. I bring actually there was idea of one of my analytics analysts. Let's try Discord, because I tried to we tried Zoom, we tried Google Meet, we tried even run our own server. It's called Jitsi. That's WebRTC tool. Like we start like a development a little bit. It's like just roll out it and use it. But we tried later on. I tried Discord. We can put rooms, and I set up. Let's say this is a room for Python developers. This a room for DevOps. This is a board room, and everyone in my team, they know. I don't need to share the link.
Yeah.
I asked them, like we used Slack before, and I asked them, okay, install Discord, and all voice communication we will bring to the Discord.
I've actually never heard anybody say they use Discord before, but the way you're describing it, it sounds perfect for remote teams to be in their different sections and working with their team members and stuff like that.
It was not mandatory to use in Discord all time, to be online on Discord all time.
Yeah.
But let's say the main people in the department, let's say myself, when I was out of the meetings,
Yeah.
so I was always on a mute on Discord, and anyone can jump, and if they see me, they can even drag and drop me in a particular room. Let's say me, head of DevOps, and someone of the team leads, and let's say, hey guys, we have a problem.
Wow. Such a good idea.
Yeah.
Way more better. Do many businesses do that now, do you know of?
No.
Interesting.
I've never seen anyone who using Discord now for this purpose.
Yeah, me neither. Really good idea. It sounds good. I wish more people did, to be honest. What leadership lessons do you think that you've learned then so far along the way?
Nice question. The first, this is a culture map that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
And the second one is ability to ask questions. So when your team members come to you as your manager and asking a question, how we have a problem, what we need to do. You have two options. Directly say them, you need to do 1, 2, 3, or you can ask them what you're supposed to do. What's your plan? What do you think about the problem? And of course, in a critical situation, if it's like a fire on a production, of course, like 1, 2, 3, and the first option. But if you have a time, this is a kind of approach to grow your team, to your it's approach to grow this maturity of your team, the independence of your team members. So, and I always, if I can, it's like environment. Okay, let me. If it's possible, I always ask questions before they provide the answer. What do they think? Because sometimes I need just provide the additional information to them and they will be able to make a decision by themselves.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I don't want to be a bottleneck.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think that's such a good way of learning because so many times or so many people, they might go to their manager or CTO, the hiring manager or whatever it might be, right? Report an issue to them, and it might be easier in that moment for the CTO, project manager, etc., to step in and fix it themselves really quickly because that's the most efficient way. But that means that the person doesn't learn, do they?
Correct.
You know, they're not actually learning how to solve that again in the future, so it'll happen again and again and again.
So so I'm usually growing my team to make them make decision by themselves.
Yeah.
So my team usually. So and if they come and ask questions again and again, I you know what to do. No worries.
It builds confidence as well. I think it builds confidence in the person's ability.
Yeah, I share responsibility.
Yeah.
So and also in my previous experience, when developers, they are usually like, let's try do this technology. Let's try this technology. Okay, let's do it. But what the business will get from it, they protect this. And they explain what efficiency, let's say we earn more money or something like that. And so next, this person will be a product owner of this idea. And so he will be responsible to bring this idea on the table. Yes, I'll provide the time if it's meet the requirements from the business and so on and so on. So, but the responsibility, how we will do it and what we will do it, so it's up to them.
Good. I think it's a good culture as well to build in a business because once they've learned, then they can pass on the knowledge to the other person, right? Rather than you having to just repeat yourself all the time as well. What are the biggest shifts you've seen in tech over the last few years?
Apart from AI and blockchain, I believe this is no-code solutions. No-code solution for integrations like a Zapier and so on and so on, because I see that's the main issue of the businesses here. Not software development businesses, real businesses who are buying the software and they are trying to, later on, they need to bring the data from system 1 to system 2, but they cannot sometimes they don't have API. Sometimes the company don't have engineers who can do this, but they can. They have some technical guy who will be able to bring the like a drag and drop with a flow, some flow, and automate it without any software development code experience. So it's not high load. I'm not talking about the huge high loads and like banks and so on.
Yeah.
It's like
We've actually, from a recruitment perspective, we've had a lot more clients using these no or low code platforms. Do you feel like that will take over at all? Do you feel like that's going to be the I don't know, do you think that that's going to be a lot more used, maybe in startups or non-tech focused businesses in the future?
I believe yes. Let's take Flutter Flow.
Yeah.
Flutter Flow is provide you the option to build your applications like the no-code platform. You can do it. Of course, you can add some code stuff in Flutter inside, but you can bring the ready-to-use applications quickly along with the web application.
Nice. How does that work then? So say, for example, you mentioned Flutter there, so I'm assuming mobile development. If you had that at the front end, and then do you just add different types of no-code platform of server-side, front-end, DevOps, cloud? Is that how it works? Or
Not really. In terms of Flutter Flow, not Flutter. Flutter, this is language. Flutter Flow, this is a no-code solution.
Okay.
So in terms of Flutter Flow,
Yeah.
this is not Flutter. Flutter, this is a language. Flutter Flow, this is a platform where you can bring the develop application along with the web applications. This is a client side. This is a but behind the scene, you can connect with let's say Firebase, other solutions, Stripe, and so on and so on. And so this platform, you can deploy it. You don't need to really care about the infrastructure. So in 20 years ago, to bring the website, you should buy a server, physical server.
Yeah. Does that mean less headcount for a business then? Because
yes, of course.
So it's quite cost-effective solution then.
Yes, of course. But it depends on to whom you will. Let's say, usually business is asking the software development company, please bring me a solution. And what's the interest of the software development companies? To bring them more money to the company.
Yeah.
And so they do not disclose this option. They provide, okay, we need to build like a custom backend, custom front end, everything is custom, everything working good. I spoke around 2 years ago with a guy who just need to show to investors the interest on the market to his project. He went to the software development company and they count like for the website $10,000 or $15,000 for the website. He already got designs, and he asked just like in conversation what I think about it, and I provided, look, you don't need a custom. If your goal is just provide the information to investors that your project on demand, just bring a front end. This is like a user node code platform. There are a lot of them. Just put a registration form and then sit and see how many people will register it. So better to spend this money not on the code, in the marketing.
Yeah.
In the early stages, because this is an insane thing that I realized. For me, it was a shock, basically. I came from a technical background, during my MBA. So I came with a technical background, and I thought that product should be ideal, should be like a perfect. So it should be new idea. But basically, the marketing is a key point.
Makes sense.
Doesn't make sense. It does make sense what you have under the hood.
So true, right? I guess when it comes to marketing, you could have the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about it, then no one's going to buy it.
Correct.
So how can it be the best product in the world, even if it is? You know, it's a crazy thing. And I think even more so now in this day and age where people really want to see something online before they buy it, before they work with somebody, it's so important to have that branding on there.
Correct.
So yeah, that's a big factor. Out of interest, you know, on the low code stuff, the guy who got they gave him the price for the custom design website. What do you think the price comparison would be for the low code stuff in comparison?
10 times less.
Really? Gosh.
Yes.
So it's huge difference.
Yes.
Crazy. Okay, so moving back to AI, I know we briefly mentioned it there as one of the things that's changed a lot. How do you see AI evolving over the next 5 years?
Nice question. And predictions is always tough.
Yeah.
Recently, I found an article, and this is this article was based on the website on the research, and the website calls AI 2027.com, and there was a group of researchers. They trying to predict what will happen with AI in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Not the decades,
Yeah. Yeah.
even years. So, and they predict that by the end of the 2027, we will. There are two options. Either AI will control everyone and everything, and maybe we will struggle with the survival issue. Or if the second option, we start regulating this sphere, and we will slow down in the AI development part, take it slowly, but we will control it.
Okay, makes sense.
So let's see.
Yeah.
It will happen soon. Basically,
Yeah.
let's see how predictive it will work.
It's not too far away, is it?
Not too far away. Basically, like a ChatGPT has been released in 2023, I believe. End of 2023, I believe.
Even if it gets regulated, right? I guess that's kind of for commercial use. But do you feel there's going to be some, I guess, like the dark web of AI, right? There's going to be some bad things that happen with AI at the same time.
I cannot predict. I cannot imagine if we have these publicly available tools.
Yeah.
What the company has behind the scene, what the government has behind the scene.
Yeah. Because they've got all the top guys doing it, right? Working on
Yes.
it. That me and you don't even know about what's going on behind closed doors.
Yes. We need them because we provide the materials for next training. So they released it, in my opinion, because they need to test. This is a beta testing. They see how it works, how it will be integrated in our real life. But the main product, I believe...
Scary stuff. Let's see.
Behind.
And final question, what do you know now as a CTO you wish that you knew earlier in your career?
Nice question. I would say I was surprised when I jumped to the role of the CTO, when I started managing teams that 50, 100 engineers, and I was surprised that it's not about technology. This is about people management. Let's just calculate. Let's say when you have 50 people in your team, and you need to do 360 every year for everyone.
Yeah.
It means you have one meeting every week with your team, one of your team members, because of 52 weeks in a year, 50 members every week. So I have a tool. So, and like a salary, performance review, and so on and so on. So it's how many one-on-ones? There are a lot of one-on-ones per week with everyone.
And then what, just on that, so say for example you're managing a team of 50 people, right? You're a CTO, you're maybe managing a startup, a scale-up. What do you think the biggest differences would be from managing 50 people to 500 people? Do you feel like that would be a lot more of a challenging task, or you could delegate things to different people to help you out?
Of course, delegating, because you cannot, let's say when I start managing people like over the 100 people, so I even do not know who they are, let's say on the level, like engineers. I know the stuff, I know I had branch managers who are responsible for B2G, B2B platform. They have their own layer of the project manager, product managers, and I know the K developers, team leads who are responsible for their groups, but I have a personal relationship with them. I spoke with them like one-on-ones with all of them, but who are working in their teams, it's up to them.
Makes sense. Okay, sorry, I know I said last question, but just one more. Is there any advice that you would give to anyone that is an aspiring CTO and really wants to be in a similar sort of position to you, who's just getting into their career now?
It's hard to make advice because we cannot predict the future. So this advice will be, it depends on how AI will work.
Yeah.
So I cannot predict, let's say, how AI will affect the software engineers industry. So it's pretty scary because I don't need even like for the few like a simple scripts. I don't need to ask engineers to bring them. No, just like a quick AI. That's it. So, but I believe the communication and the people management and organizational skills to understand the business, and this will be very important. And overall, the technology. So like I try to, it's like a T model to know that to exploring the stuff like like a vertical line is how you develop your hard skills, and horizontal line is how you cover the closest area. Like so in this case, I believe the horizontal line will be more important than the.
Makes sense. I completely get that. And I actually think my opinion on it, like you said before, right? Software engineering is now not so much in demand because you can use AI to leverage that and increase the workload. So I feel the people that are going to be super successful in years to come are people that maybe have that background, but they know how to manage people. They know how to work with people and build teams, because AI essentially can't do that, right? Can't manage people as like yet. So let's see. I think that's going to be such an important factor.
Yes.
Nice. Well, look, Sergei, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed having you on today. Also, best of luck in finishing off your masters. But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Liam. Good luck. Best wishes to you, to your podcast.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.